Riley Green, good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you? It's Dave and Casey, and we're here with Scott Borchetta in the studio this morning.
Well, how y'all doing this morning?
We're doing well. I believe this is the first chance we've had to talk to you. We were trying to think if we've spoken before, but I don't think we have. So good morning and welcome.
Yeah, this is my first time. I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
All right, not your first interview ever, though, right?
No, sir. I'm sure y'all are familiar with Radio Tour. I've got to do quite a bit of it here lately.
Well, we're familiar with Scott Borchetta, who has all of his artists out and talking and promoting and taking care of their careers. So you are in good hands with him. Scott, tell us how Riley came to your attention.
You know what? It happened really fast. Jimmy Harden, who's the president of BMLG Records, and my head of A&R, Allison Jones, some of our other great A&R people, it was out of nowhere. It's like, we have found this guy, and he's amazing, and we need to get a green light from you to sign him. And I listened to the music real quick, and Jimmy was in Chicago on a date that Riley was playing, and he's calling me from the gig. He goes, I want to offer him a deal as soon as he walks off stage. I said, do it. I've heard it. I'm seeing it. Let's get this done.
Wow.
So it was one of those things. It's like we acknowledged what was happening with Riley. It had already built up a great following. And it's like, this guy needs to be part of the Big Machine label group.
Wow. And Riley, what had you been doing up to that point that you came to their attention?
I had some sort of accidental success, I guess you could call it. I was playing down in northeast Alabama and the southeast. I kind of built up a pretty good following just from really word of mouth and touring, you know. And a record deal was never really something on my radar. I didn't really think I'd ever sign one. So, you know, to get that kind of attention right off the bat, and then, like Scott said, for Jimmy to offer the first time they came out to see me play was kind of so much of a shock. I didn't know what to think about it.
So you were just looking for a free bar tab every now and then at some local clubs, and next thing you knew, you had a record deal with Big Machine Records.
Yeah, I can remember not too long ago playing for bar tabs, and I'd usually leave owing money.
And what is your background? I know you're from Alabama originally. What'd you grow up doing? Are you from a musical family?
I wasn't really a musical family, and my granddaddy Buford, which is my dad's dad, really had a passion for music. And I actually wrote a song about him, and there's a line in there that says he never could himself, but he taught me how to play. And that's kind of how it was. He didn't play guitar, but he just liked it so much it made me like it, you know. And he was a big Merle Haggard guy, and you know, that's kind of how I cut my teeth learning that more traditional country, you know. As a kid, him and his buddies would sit around and play, and I just kind of watched their hands and figured out how to play the guitar.
Isn't that great? I grew up in Virginia, and some of my favorite memories are being in somebody's backyard or sitting around the campfire, and everybody breaks out. Somebody brought a mandolin, somebody brought a guitar, and you just have that traditional kind of around the campfire music, and you really learn a lot about music from those kinds of experiences. Oh,
definitely. And it was a way for me to kind of build a little bit of self-confidence, too, because I definitely didn't consider myself much of a singer. And, you know, I mean, sitting around a bunch of older men playing, you know, none of them were booing me when I sang a song every once in a while. So that's kind of where I got my confidence at.
Well, we're talking to Riley Green, who on Saturday you'll be in front of everybody at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So nothing like going from some small clubs in Alabama to a facility that holds a couple 100,000 people.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with my song being on the radio and on the charts even, and playing shows like that I don't really comprehend. You know, I don't really fathom what it looks like to have, you know, in a place that holds 100,000 people. That's pretty crazy. So I'm looking forward to getting up there for sure.
Well, we're looking forward to having you. And what else do you have going on later on this year as far as new music and album releases and all that stuff?
So we're looking at putting a couple more songs out probably as an EP here in the next few months. We've got 8 songs cut. Dan Huff producing my music, and it's all turned out great. You know, I mean, as an independent artist, I was putting a lot of music out, but it was like me framing houses to pay for it and recording in Bob's garage somewhere. So it's a little better now, but we're looking at putting the full-length record out first of 2019.
So you're saying Scott doesn't make you write your own name in Sharpie on the CDs anymore? They have somebody do that for you?
Well, no, I still have to sign them, but they've got a nice little fancy label on them and everything.
And you're still going to sell them out of the trunk of your car if you need to, right?
That's it. My mom used to put the labels on my CDs, so she's retired now.
Oh, that's great. You know, Riley's a big race fan as well, so he's really excited to be here for the race.
Well, how could you not, growing up in that part of the country? You're going to stick around on Sunday and watch the race too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was about 20 minutes from the Talladega Super Speedway where I grew up, so I'll definitely be excited if I see a race somewhere else.
And I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do you have a driver that you're hoping to see in Victory Lane?
You know, we were always such Dale Earnhardt Sr. fans growing up that I can't put my patriotism anywhere else, man. It's right there. That was my granddaddy Lyndon used to say the whole point was the black number 3 car went around the track real fast, and the rest of them just tried to catch him.
Was that Lyndon, as you said, your granddaddy?
Yeah.
And Buford.
My granddaddy Lyndon.
Man.
I got a Lyndon and a Buford.
That's awesome.
You can tell I'm from Alabama.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Dave? Riley has this incredible song called "Numbers on Cars," and Riley, why don't you talk about that? And it's really a special song and a great story.
Yeah, it's a song I wrote about my granddaddy Lyndon and kind of his passion for NASCAR and fishing. That's kind of what we did growing up, and him getting the Alzheimer's and getting to where he had started to forget a lot of things, but I just always knew that he'd remember who drove what car, what number it was, and who the sponsors were. And so I wrote a song about that. And it's been one of those songs that, you know, I don't think will ever be a hit on the radio, but it's the type of song that somebody comes up after a show in tears, you know, and kind of says they can relate to it. Their mother or father or grandfather or whatever it is, you know, it has something that they just kind of hold on to and remember, and they don't ever forget. So it's a cool song to have written.
Wow, well, I just got goosebumps when you were describing it, so I can't wait to see it live on Saturday. I'm assuming you'll be playing it at FGL Fest.
It seems like a good place for
yes.
it in the middle of a race cut.
Yes, sir.
That'll be on the playlist. Well, Riley, thank you so much this morning, and we look forward to seeing you here in town. Riley Green, part of FGL Fest at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway this weekend. Take care. Thanks.